Getting a raise should not make you poorer, but for millions of Americans, that is exactly what happens. There is this income range, roughly $40,000 to $100,000, where the harder you work, the worse off you actually are. The investor, Michael Green, calculated the effective tax rate on trying to climb out of this range, and the number that he landed on sounds impossible, but the math does check out. So I recently made a video about Michael Green's analysis of the poverty line, how it's calculated using a formula from 1963 that was never updated. So naturally, people have asked, okay, but what does that mean for somebody who's trying to work harder and get ahead? And so here's what that means. Our safety net, Medicaid, food assistance, childcare subsidies, it's designed to catch people at the bottom. But that help disappears the moment that you start earning more. And it doesn't phase off like gradually, it really just falls off a cliff once you don't qualify anymore. So let's say you're a family of four earning $35,000. You struggle, but you qualify for Medicaid, you get childcare subsidies, and the government is helping you stay afloat. But if you get a raise to $45,000, at that income, you lose your Medicaid eligibility. So now you're paying premiums, deductibles, copays. So your income went up $10,000, but your expenses went up more than $10,000. Then you keep grinding, you get promoted to $65,000, but now your childcare subsidies vanish. So you're paying a market rate of like $28,000 to $32,000. So you gained $20,000, but you lost, call it $28,000 in benefits just for getting promoted. And what makes it worse is that that poverty line was calculated in 1963 when one parent could stay at home while the other worked. Today, most families need two incomes just to stay afloat, so that childcare expense is non-negotiable. But the moment that you add that second earner, you have to pay the childcare expenses. Green calls this the cost of participation. This is not the cost of living well, but the cost of being able to go to work, to try to eventually, maybe, live well. The second parent isn't working to get ahead. They're working to pay someone to watch the kids so they can go to work. And you also have to pay for a car and more gas, and it's a closed loop of expenses. And this explains why so many people who are struggling get so angry about people who are doing worse on paper but getting that government help. It's not a lack of empathy. It's them recognizing and being hyper aware of the advantages that they used to get that they no longer qualify for. When you're working 60 hours a week and putting groceries back on the shelf, and you see someone with a lower income getting the exact same things you're killing yourself to barely be able to afford, that's not envy. It's a rational response to what feels like an irrational system. So Michael Green calls this the income range of the valley of death. And when he calculated what the effective tax rate of trying to climb from $40,000 to $100,000 salary, factoring in every benefit that you lose along the way, realize that that effective tax rate is over 100%. You are literally poorer for working harder.